July 7th, 2005. London wakes up to what seems like an ordinary summer morning, but within minutes, the city is plunged into chaos. Explosions rip through trains and buses. Screams echo in underground tunnels, and in just under an hour, 52 innocent lives are lost. This was not just an attack. It was Britain's deadliest act of terror. This is the story of the 7/7 London bombings and the hunt for the men who carried them out. It was rush hour in London. Thousands of commuters boarded trains and buses heading to work and school. At 8:50 a.m., the first explosion tore through a train between Aldgate and Liverpool Street. Just seconds later, another bomb detonated between King's Cross and Russell Square. And within moments, a third train was hit near Edgware Road. The capital was in shock. At first, many thought it was a power surge, but the truth was far darker. London was under attack. Dark tunnels filled with smoke, lights flickered out. Trapped passengers clawed their way through wreckage. Emergency crews rushed underground into a nightmare. For many survivors, the silence after the blast was more haunting than the explosions themselves. People whispered prayers. Others screamed for help. In those first minutes, confusion reigned. No one knew how many more bombs might come. As Londoners tried to flee the chaos underground, terror struck above ground. At 9:47 a.m., a double-decker bus at Tavistock Square exploded into pieces. The blast ripped off the roof and scattered debris across the street. This was the fourth attack. Carried out by a suicide bomber, it confirmed the horrifying truth. This was a coordinated act of terror. By mid-morning, the scale of the disaster became clear. 52 civilians were dead. More than 700 were injured. The victims included students, office workers, tourists, people of every age and background. It was the worst attack on British soil since World War II. Scotland Yard immediately launched the largest investigation in UK history. CCTV footage became the key. On cameras across Leeds and London, investigators spotted 4 men carrying rucksacks. They were calm, walking with purpose. These were the bombers: Mohammed Sadiq Khan, Shehzad Tanwir, Hasib Hussain, and Jermaine Lindsay. All British citizens, all radicalized. In the shadows of everyday life, the discovery shocked the nation. How could 4 young men, raised in the UK, turn against their own country? Investigators traced their movements in the weeks leading up to the attack, from rented cars to bomb-making materials, to a rented flat in Leeds where the deadly devices were built. The attacks were carefully planned, but carried out with chilling simplicity. In the days after 7/7, London was silent. Vigils were held across the city, candles lit in memory of the dead. The phrase "we are not afraid" became a symbol of resilience. Yet the attack left scars that never fully healed. It raised urgent questions about homegrown extremism, security, and the cost of freedom. And even today, 2 decades later, the images of that morning remain etched in Britain's memory. 7/7 was more than a terrorist attack. It was a day that changed London forever. A day that revealed both the fragility of life and the strength of a city, the faces of the victims, the bravery of survivors, the unity that followed. These remain the true legacy of July 7th, 2005. Because while terror sought to divide, London stood unbroken.